let's plan a Disney Christmas trip. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name's Katie. I make lots of Disney and lifestyle vlogs, so if that's your kind of thing, make sure you subscribe. But for today's video, I'm making one of my absolute favorite videos to make, which is my Disney plan with me. So if you're new to my channel, basically what I do every Disney trip is I plan it out in my digital planner. I actually created this planner, so if you're interested, I will link it in the description for you, but it's perfect for Disney trips. I absolutely love it, so I'm really excited to get into it. And a lot of people ask me to like do walkthroughs of my planner and kind of show you how I use it, so that's what we're gonna do in this video and just kind of plan out some different aspects of our Disney trip. A little bit about our trip. I am going back with my mom and my sister. We absolutely fell in love with Disney around the holidays last year, so we wanted to go back, and we're staying at our home resort, which we actually have not stayed at in a very, very long time together. I stayed here with Aaron, my husband, last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. But I haven't stayed there with my mom and my sister since I was literally a kid. So we're really, really excited because we love this resort. It's my personal favorite resort. It's Port Orleans French Quarter. And I'm so excited because it's gonna be decorated for Christmas. And we have never stayed there at Christmas time ever. But every time we went to Disney, we either stayed, when I was younger, we either stayed at Pop Century or French Quarter. And French Quarter just feels like home to us. We're definitely gonna eat lots of beignets and it's just gonna be a good time. So we actually extended our trip kind of last minute by a day, and it was really chaotic to get the extra day, but we did it. So I'll kind of go through all of our specific plans once I've planned everything out. Another thing I do want to do today that I've been meaning to do for about a week now since they released the menus for Festival of the Holidays is I like to go through for every Epcot festival. It can get a little bit overwhelming if you don't have a plan when you get there with what booths you want to try and stuff like that. So I do like to go through all the menus and make a note in my notes app, so it's really easy to access. So I want to do that first. So I think we'll start there, and I'm really excited because I loved the food last year at Festival of the Holidays, so I'm hoping that some of my favorites are coming back. So usually what I do is I pull up like either sometimes Disney will have like a Disney foodie guide, or I'll pull up Disney Food Blog and go through their posts. They usually have a lot of really good pictures, so I usually prefer Disney Food Blog, honestly. I'm very type A, so I literally make the note of all the foods I want to try in the order of the park. So I'll go from like Mexico to Canada, if that makes sense. I feel like then when you get there, you can just pull your notes app up and it's really, really easy to be like, oh yeah, I wanted to try this drink in Mexico, or I wanted to try this food in Japan. It makes it so much easier because I personally get a little bit overwhelmed trying to figure out what to eat. Plus, I don't really do dairy, so that also kind of restricts what I can eat at the festivals. So I do like to kind of plan all that out in advance. I do also want to quickly glance at the food offerings for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, because we are doing the Christmas party again. And if you're not familiar, you can, which I don't think this would be open yet because the festival hasn't started yet, but once the festival has started, you can go on your My Disney Experience app and you can look up Festival of the Holidays allergy guide, and it'll tell you what is dairy free basically, which is really nice. I'm also gonna light a candle from my favorite Disney candle shop, which is Magic Candle Company. I can link it in the description for you, but it's this little candle that smells exactly like Ye Olde Christmas Shop, and you can see I almost burned the whole thing last year, but there's a little bit left, so I'm gonna light it. It comes with a wood wick, which is really, really nice, and we'll just kind of set the mood. I have my Christmas lights on, and I'm gonna start looking at the food. Let's start with the food for Epcot because that's gonna probably take the longest, and I'll make a note in my notes app of everything I want to try. So I lied. The food allergy guide is absolutely already available, which was really exciting. So I did go through and just make notes of everything like I'm interested in, if that makes sense. You of course have to play it by ear. Like I'm not gonna be able to eat every single thing on this list, but there's a few things that I had last year that I would love to have again. I loved the beef noodle bowl. I thought it was so good. Honestly, it was exactly what I needed in that moment. And I remember it being really satisfying. And the potato latkes. The potato latkes were my favorite thing I had. I am such a potato girl. I love potatoes. I will eat potatoes in literally any form that they come in. So these latkes were so good that I literally got back in line immediately after finishing them and got another order before they closed. But let's get into the digital planning, and I'll give you a quick walkthrough of my planner. So first page is literally just a cover page, so it has no purpose other than it's cute. Then I have a spot for a vision board. So this is kind of where I kind of lay out how I want my trip to look. And I always think this part is so fun, but everything in here is for my last trip, so obviously I'll go through and delete it, but just so you have an idea of kind of what it looks like when it's complete. Then I have a spot where you can plan out your week. I'll write like any important reservations we have, what park we're going to, what we're doing that day, just general overview. And then I have a day for each day that we're in Disney. So I have a spot for the date, which park you're gonna go to, how you're gonna get there, and then I do kind of plan it out by hour. And then I obviously have a spot for the outfits, gotta plan out the outfits, what I plan on eating that day. So if we have a reservation or if we're planning on eating in the World Showcase, I'll kind of write all that stuff here. And then I do have a spot for like our must-dos. I feel like that has helped us a lot with narrowing down what we're trying to do in a single day by just, you know, naming some must-dos that day. This is kind of where I plan out each day. And the nice thing is you can add as many days as you want. So to add a day, you just scroll to the right-hand side and it duplicates the page. So that is kind of brief overview of the planner. Alright, so it is time to make my vision board, which is always so much fun. I feel like it's very therapeutic for me. So I'm gonna go on Pinterest and look for some pictures that I feel like describe our trip or show what I want our trip to look like. And it's always just such a vibe, I feel like, especially when it's a Christmas one. So let's make a vision board for a Christmas Disney trip. Vision board, so I'll show you what it looks like here. I feel like it turned out really cute. I loved, honestly, including the merch, which is something I don't think I've done before on a vision board, like including like the Disney merch. I used a few of my own pictures too from my last trip, which I thought was really cute. This part of the planning always gets me so excited because I'm such a visual person. So when I get to see like kind of our plans manifested into a vision board, it makes me so excited. So let's move on to the weekly plan, and then once we're done with that, we'll do the daily plan, which is kind of like the nitty-gritty of the planning. And I definitely want to get that done today because I'm going to be making my lightning lane reservation soon. So I just want to kind of organize my thoughts, make sure I know what I'm booking and all that, because it happens so early here in Colorado. So I definitely want to make sure, because I'm going to be so tired, like just waking up, I want to make sure I'm not going to make any mistakes. But let's get into the weekly plan. Done with my planner, sort of. I'll have to go back in and add the times for the lightning lanes once I book those, but obviously I don't know what time they are yet because I haven't booked them. But doing this is making me realize that I really don't have my outfits as planned as I felt like I did. So I think I'll do what I did last time for my Disney trip, which is to try on all the outfits and just kind of like finalize things, basically like the week before we leave. Part of the problem I feel like with the December trip is I have no idea what the weather's gonna look like. The weather in Orlando in December could be completely hot. Last year we got surprised by this massive heat wave and I had to change all my outfits last minute, which was totally fine. But I feel like because of that, it's made me hesitant to like finalize the outfits, which is very unlike me. Normally I have every outfit planned to the accessory months in advance, but I think I'll just kind of leave it where it is for now. I definitely have some ideas that I've put onto, you know, the different days, but I'll do a vlog, like a prep vlog like I did last time. So the week before Disney, getting a bunch of stuff ready, and I'll try on all the outfits and we can kind of finalize them together. But that's why some of the outfits look a little sparse. Some of the days don't even have outfits. So it's making me realize that I really need to get on that. Plus, by the time we're a week out, we'll at least kind of have an idea of what the weather's gonna be like. So I'm really hoping for some cool temperatures so I can finally wear the jean jacket that I never got to wear last December because it was so hot. So I'll show you each day and kind of what our plans are. So for our travel day, my sister and my mom, their flight comes in earlier, so they're gonna wait for me in the airport and then we're gonna gonna Uber to French Quarter together. So hopefully we'll get checked into our room early. I know they don't guarantee that you can get into your room early, but I'm really hoping that we can, because you can get into Magic Kingdom for Very Merry Christmas Party at 4 p.m. So ideally we can get everything settled and then have a little bit of time to get ready for the Christmas party. But the Christmas party technically doesn't start till 7. So we have a couple hours where usually there's some pretty short wait times. So we're gonna ride rides. Honestly, our priorities are Tiana's, and then during the party, Space Mountain. Ideally, we could also ride a couple other rides if the wait times are short, like Big Thunder. My mom loves Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion is not a skip in our family. We go on every single trip. So hopefully we can go on it during the party or like right before the party starts. And then once the party starts, we're definitely gonna go get all the cookies and the hot chocolate that they offer. I did note a couple of the show times. So typically we do the 10 p.m. There's only one fireworks show, so 10 p.m. fireworks. And then we grab a spot on Main Street for the parade. I feel like it's the best way to do it to just stand in your spot that you want for the parade during the fireworks, even though it's kind of far from the castle. If you want to sit on Main Street, honestly amazing to sit on the curb, and I love it. So I do feel like it's worth staking out a spot early so that you can sit during the parade. As soon as the fireworks are done, you just sit down in your spot and you claim it for the parade, and then you kind of wait about an hour. We kind of switch off, get snacks, go look at the merch, stuff like that. But that'll be kind of our plan for Very Merry. And then the next day we're gonna do Magic Kingdom and Epcot. We are doing Park Hopper for this trip. So in the morning we're gonna go to Magic Kingdom and ride some of the smaller rides. So the plan is to actually book our 3 lightning lanes in the afternoon for Epcot. The reason being, we really want to ride Frozen, and we're worried if we book the Magic Kingdom ones that by the time we scan in and can book another one, that Frozen will be sold out. So we're gonna just right off the bat, we're just gonna book 3 in Epcot. The hard part is I really wish you could book like 1 in Magic Kingdom and 2 in Epcot or something, but you have to book them all in the same park. So we had a really hard time picking a 3rd one for Epcot, because ideally we would do Frozen, Soarin', and Living with the Land, because Living with the Land has a Christmas overlay, but Soarin' is a tier 1 and so is Frozen, and you can only select 1 tier 1 ahead of time. So hopefully once we scan into Frozen, we could book Soarin' or something like that. But you know, Soarin' doesn't have a super long wait usually, so you know, worst case scenario, we could just wait for it. But that's kind of our plan for the lightning lanes. We kind of debated doing like a throwaway one where you like scan in really quick just so you can book another one, but the main reason we're doing it is for Frozen, so I feel like it could be sold out. So we'll see. I haven't really utilized the system very well. We sort of used it last time, but there's a lot of unknowns, I feel like, so that's why we're doing it that way. But we ended up with, which don't laugh, the 3 lightning lanes we're gonna book are Frozen, Living with the Land, and Figment. We haven't ridden Figment ever, the 3 of us together, so we were like, why not? Whatever. We have to pick a 3rd one. It can't be Soarin'. We might as well just do Figment. So just kind of note like what time the park opens, what time early park entry is. I did make a note that we want to do virtual queue for Guardians. We're also gonna buy an individual lightning lane for this day for Guardians. So you know, I just kind of make note of all those times. We're also gonna get breakfast this day at Crystal Palace, which we're really, really excited about. Honestly, we have a hard time like sitting down when we're in the parks for a meal just because it takes so much time. But my sister loves Winnie the Pooh, and my mom has really been wanting to try the churro waffles, the churro Mickey waffles. So it just made sense, and honestly, of all the trips, like it just made sense to do it this time. Honestly, it's one of the things I'm looking forward to like the most. So maybe this is your sign. Venture out and do something new on a trip, and I feel like that's why I'm looking forward to it so much, is because we've never done it before. Maybe this is your sign to try something new that you wouldn't normally try, because it can be really exciting when you're planning your trip. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then obviously in the afternoon, we're just gonna eat around the world, which is why I made my little list of everything for Festival of the Holidays that I want to try. The next day, we're actually doing a rest day. So we originally were only gonna stay for 3 nights, but we added an extra day. So we're really looking forward to having a rest day at French Quarter. I don't really know what the weather's gonna be like, but we might spend time at the pool, go in the hot tub. We're probably gonna eat beignets for breakfast, because why not? And then we're gonna go take the boat over to Disney Springs. One of the things that's nice about French Quarter is you can take a boat to Disney Springs. So if you're someone who likes to spend a lot of time in Disney Springs, it could be a good resort for you. We actually don't normally spend that much time in Disney Springs, but around Christmas time, they have all these Christmas trees and it's really fun. So we're gonna do that and then get dinner at Summer House on the lake. And that is quite literally our only plan for the day. We have nothing else planned. So I think it's gonna be a nice and relaxing day. And then our last park day, hold on. My camera's gonna die. I need to get a new battery. Okay, we're back. So on our last park day, the plan is for Animal Kingdom in the morning, Hollywood Studios in the afternoon. Again, this kind of creates kind of an issue with the lightning lanes because Hollywood Studios is such a ride heavy park. So we're a little bit worried about being able to like scan in an Animal Kingdom and have something to book later. But at the same time, we want to do a lightning lane for the safari. We actually didn't do lightning lanes last time. We went to Animal Kingdom and we waited in line for the safari for like 90 minutes. So we just don't want to spend the time to wait in the standby queue. Honestly, that's the one ride that we like have to do when we go to Animal Kingdom, which everyone should do it when they go to Animal Kingdom because it's the best. It kind of again creates an issue with the lightning lanes because you have to book them all in the same park. So don't laugh. For the 3 lightning lanes we are doing, for the very first lightning lane, I'm going to book it as early as possible in the morning. We are booking It's Tough to Be a Bug. Hear me out. I truly feel we will be the only people going straight to It's Tough to Be a Bug first thing in the morning in Animal Kingdom. Everyone's gonna be veering off to Pandora and we're gonna be going straight to It's Tough to Be a Bug. Not only are we gonna be the only people going there, we're absolutely gonna be the only people going there to use a lightning lane. As far as strategy, here's the thing about Disney. I feel like you can talk about strategy to do as many rides as possible, or you could talk about strategy to make the most of your trip. This is our trip, and while a lot of people would be like, that makes no sense to book It's Tough to Be a Bug, it made sense for us. The reason being, we want to have something that's close to the entrance of the park. We don't want to use one on Navi River Journey, which was kind of the other idea we tossed around because it's sort of close. So just like thinking about like the way the park is laid out, we felt like the quickest place to get scan in right away so we could book something in Hollywood Studios would be It's Tough to Be a Bug. So basically, it's kind of like a throwaway lightning lane where you just go scan in really quick and then you can book something else. Because basically the way the new system works is every time you scan in, you can book another one. So as soon as we scan into It's Tough to Be a Bug, we're gonna book something in Hollywood Studios. The ones we would be going for in Hollywood Studios would be Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster. Normally we would just do single rider, but last time we tried to do single rider queue, they had it closed. So now we're like paranoid, especially given that like it's gonna be closing now and rethemed. We really wanna ride it, so Rock and Roller Coaster, and then if we could get another one, maybe Toy Story Mania. But that's kind of the thought. I don't know how it's gonna work out, to be honest. A lot of these rides that we're doing because we don't know if we're gonna be able to do them again. So like we're definitely gonna do Dinosaur, which is probably gonna be the last time we ever ride Dinosaur. It's Tough to Be a Bug we haven't done in years, and that's also going away. So we wanna do that. Rock and Roller Coaster, Muppet Vision 3D, all those kinds of things that are gonna be changing soon because we don't know when we're gonna come back. So that's why we made the decisions we made. We also booked a last minute reservation for Oga's Cantina. We actually booked it yesterday, plenty of availability. And then we are planning on watching Fantasmic. I feel like it's the perfect way to end out a trip. I feel like the last night of your Disney trip always has to have something special. So whether it's like you're gonna watch Happily Ever After or you're gonna do like a special reservation, I feel like having something a little extra special makes it a little bit less sad that it's your last night. And then we have our travel home day. We're gonna do a little bit of resort hopping, go to breakfast on the boardwalk at Trattoria Al Forno. Me and Aaron ate here last year for breakfast and we were pleasantly surprised by how good it was. And my sister and my mom have not been, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. The reason really we're doing it is because we want to try out the Cake Bake Shop, which is right next door. But yeah, those are our plans for our Disney trip. I'm really excited for this trip. I do feel like we've had it planned for so long. Like we had it planned before our last trip. Like we've had this planned since our April trip. So I feel like it's been a long time coming, but at the same time, I feel like it's sneaking up on me. So yeah, that is it for my Christmas Disney plan with me. If you're not already, make sure you follow me over on my Instagram. I'll be posting lots and lots of stories for my Disney trip. But I really hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I will see you in the next Disney video.